actually found the beginning of this weekend, Amanda, to be kind of annoying. Um, like the way she got out of the car, and I mean, she says like there's been no conversation the entire week about how he acted. He's not apologized. He hasn't tried to discuss anything with me. So she gets out of the car, pours herself a glass of rosé, and goes and like sits on the new furniture in the back. When he tries to like ask about stuff, she does like completely dismiss him. Um, and then when Bailey and Levi, one thing that's really annoying me, I think about this situation is that because Amanda is so irritated with Kyle, she is like fixated on being with Sierra because Sierra is the only other person that she's been able to like tell the full truth to. And because of that, I feel like she's kind of ignoring Bailey and Levi
Hmm.
and like
Hmm.
leaving them to their own devices. It's giving kind of the same energy that she did to Lexi last year, even though I think Lexi brought a lot of that on herself. Because she looks at them and complains about Sierra still being like 30 minutes away or whatever. And they're like, hey, we're your friends too. And your husband's here. And she's like, okay. She was just acting really weird that
Well,
particular day.
she's always she kind of has that like passive aggressive energy. That's kind of how she
Yeah.
deals with like her negative emotions. And
Yeah.
so I think like like I said, when you're going through stuff like this in your relationship, like it brings out the absolute worst. It brings out like all of Kyle's weird insecurities that he really shouldn't have, but he gets super insecure, super socially awkward, and then she gets like very, very like snippy and sort of like
Yeah.
passive aggressive, and so it brings out the worst parts of them. Like
Yeah.
they're deep into dissolving. This is exactly what happened with, I mean, to Carl's point, this is exactly what happened with him and Lindsay.
Yeah, I mean, when they're out there and they're all sitting together and Jesse says he wants to go to common ground to like hear his friend DJ, Kyle's like, I want to get my credit card. And I did get tickled when Wes was like, do you want to get your forehead skin? Because I 1000% thought that he said foreskin. And I was like, what? I was like, why would he need to get that there? And to find out that that night that he had like fallen
Fallen and
and
hurt himself.
yeah, and Jesse being like, I think everyone agreed, the venue and Kyle, that it was time for Kyle to go. And so Amanda, again, who's so used to like being embarrassed by Kyle getting trashed and people having to like bring him home, is like, oh, Kyle making one good decision after another.
Well,
But she
it's
like went
embarrassing. It's
off.
so
Yeah, it
embarrassing
is.
for
It
her.
is.
Like you go to sleep and you think, "Oh, I'm just going to bed," and then you hear stories from everybody, even which is like, it's like people are telling stories like, "Ha ha ha, Kyle," but they're really like, "Your husband's pathetic. Like we had to
And then
literally
they start
drag
trying
him
to
to bed."
defend him, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I've done that too. And she's like, are you married? Shut your mouth.
Do you do
Um,
it every weekend? Do you, it's just
yeah,
like yeah. Do you do it during the week when you're doing
right,
DJ sets in Atlantic City? No.
right. And then Kyle says that he's married to a cactus, which did make me laugh. But he said something else that I thought was telling, like she's trying to make a fool of me because she's actually speaking back to him now, and he's not used to that. He's used to her just like crying or walking off or being like, Kyle, whatever. And she's like actually coming at him, and I don't think that he's used to that on camera.
Well, and like part of, I don't know that this is how I've seen it, but I think the way he has seen their relationship on the show is that they're fun, that they kind of are the mom and dad of the house, that they
Mhm.
kind of like, and Amanda does a great job of this. Like she kind of orchestrates a lot of the conversations and gets people going sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that now that he's seeing her in a weird way kind of expose him before the cameras and
Yeah.
like kind of get the best of him in front of the cameras and expose some of these insecurities, even the
Mhm.
stuff at the pool, like it's making him upset because he's like, this is what we used to do to other people. This is kind of how we
Exactly.
used to like mold the stories and stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's at my expense. What the hell is this about? And it's not
Mhm.
something that I want to share. It's not my story I've chosen to share. This is like we're almost at odds with each other in the storytelling.